got some Panda Express. Because it's the only place with a lobby open after 8. So good. So excited.
I stopped liking Panda slightly less because the orange chicken was stale. But after that, totally different.
Yeah. Panda's always pretty hit or miss.
Yeah. For the food or like service?
All of the above. Oh, it smells so good. It smells so good.
See, restaurants where they let you see them making the food,
superior.
I respect them. Because you get places like McDonald's where like employees can't even have pictures of like what they do.
Can what?
They can't show like what they do, and it's like a secret.
Yeah.
It's like, why? Why does it have to be a secret? I would like to know what's going on.
True.
With my food.
I prefer being informed.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's enough like food to last me a month.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when I'd get these when we went to lunch during high school?
Mm-hmm.
And I'd eat like half of it.
And I'd be like, don't worry, I'll finish it.
Mm-hmm. Every time they're like, yeah, I'll just... Right as we would sit down, it's like, yeah, I'll eat whatever you want.
It's true.
That's good chicken.
Really good chicken. I guess I need to.
No, I'm excited for Mark's playthrough of Security Breach.
Yeah, same.
I really want to see it. Because the opening cutscene... That's it.
Alright, here we go. One-handed play. You can do one-handed movement somewhat okay. It's once we get into the trying to shoot and stuff too.
Oh, that's when you put your palm on the right stick, use your thumb for the left, and then you use pointer and pinky for the bumpers.
Genius.
There's people in Super Mario Odyssey speedrunning who use 2-player mode. They play with their feet. One Pro Controller or Joy-Cons in their hands, and then a Pro Controller on the floor.
Interesting.
Because you get much better movement options. And you can hop off Cappy a few more times. It's really cool.
Wow.
Have you heard of like Small Ant?
Like what?
Have you heard of like Small Ant?
Mm-mm.
He's just a streamer who did Odyssey mostly a while ago. But he does it a lot. He'll just be doing like a challenge video and it's like, oh man, I gotta use 2-player mode. He'll just throw the controller on the floor like nothing's going on. It's like, how do you just zone out and do that?
Seriously.
Because you're not just pressing one button. You're using the analog sticks, the bumpers, the face buttons.
Everything.
With your feet. And then you're controlling the other controllers with your hands.
I'm convinced that people like that must be some kind of prodigy. Who can just do it. Like the same kind of level, like people who can play the piano with their feet, you know? Same deal.
Oh, or those like blind people that play the piano. There's blind people that have that pitch perfect stuff and they can hear a song and just play it. Blind.
Yeah. You just have to know where one key is and then they can just figure it out. It's crazy.
Then there's you with the Xbox controller in your left hand and chopsticks in the right. I can't even use chopsticks.
It makes you feel better. I don't use them right.
I mean, there's not really a right way. If you pick up the thing that you need to, what's wrong?
Okay, fair enough.
As long as you're not using like 2 hands. Or impaling the food.
True.
Like I used chopsticks to feed the stray cat a couple times.
Yeah.
She just scratches me. Just make sure to wash your hands well or you get cat scratch fever. One disease you don't mess with.
So you said Treasure the Under the Stronghold was like...
It's literally under that.
Literally underground. Well, yeehaw.
And I know it's in it. Woohoo!
Is it worth it?
If you want to. I'm not gonna tell you. From here on out, I'm done with the hymns.
Alright, fine.
Because the game gets spicy.
I feel like I'm gonna get a cutscene coming out here soon. That's why I'm moving now, instead of just eating.
I mean, Heisenberg's been very cutscene heavy so far. Oh, save point. And a pipe bomb. You know. Also, there's a mode after you beat the game in extras where it's like a kind of like a COD Zombies type thing.
Yeah.
Where just a bunch of Lycans come down. You're in a, I think it's just the regular village, or it's like a custom one.
Mm-hmm.
But you just kill them, save up points, get extra ammo, buy guns, upgrade them. It's really cool.
Lit.
And still, we got free DLC waiting for us eventually. They're working on it.
Lit.
Still surprises me this game didn't get Game of the Year, but
Mm-hmm. What did get Game of the Year?
It Takes Two.
Oh,
Have you seen that at all?
I haven't.
It's like
I've heard that is good, but I don't know what it is.
it's like the 2-player co-op game. You know, you control different people, but you can also play on 2 different systems entirely, and you will only get the story that's told to your half. You don't know what kind of story is being told to the other character. So they had one game called A Way Out where you're 2 prisoners trying to escape police. And you have 2 completely different stories going on.
Yeah.
And it's really cool what they do. And then It Takes Two did it, but kind of made it more of a kids type game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's 2 parents that got turned into toys to, because they're getting divorced. And it's like this all-seeing being that was trying to convince them to like work it out for the kid by turning them into toys and putting them to.
That is lit.
It's weird.
Come on, I shot you.
And one common complaint is that it drags on horribly. Like, there was Resident Evil 7 terribly, but imagine if the game's like 3 or 4 times longer.
Oh gosh.
Because people get sick of it like a fifth or a fourth of the way through. Because it's literally like, oh, we have to get this one dude to go back to normal, but as soon as you get to him for like this big boss fight, he'll just kind of run off.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's no story to it.
Yeah, that's fair. So it's just kind of really, really played out.
Like they're just, if you're stretching for content, make the game short. That doesn't make it bad.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 3 is 5.5 hours, and it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
The only complaint I have with it is that it was still $60.
Yeah, that's a fact.
But if it's like 30 or 40,
Alright.
at the same time I got it for free parentheses.
Yeah.
There's a reason to buy a new GPU each year, kids.
That's fair. I can insult them. Any more? Any more want to come play? There's some more, but I don't see any more, so I guess I'll just keep moving for now. Oh, hello, video.
The only real problem I have with this game is that some sections seem a little too long or a little too short.
Agreed. Oh, there.
Did I try this castle? I guess everything should have been longer. Except the fish area.
Yeah, that one was really long. There just wasn't very much to it, you know?
It felt like there was supposed to be like 3 words or something. Like, oh, fish.
Yeah. Seemed like they just wanted a good excuse to make, like, a water level.
That sums it up. It's the water level president.
The water temple. Every Zelda game has a water level.
So plus the water.
The Zoras.
Oh,
Alright, give me all the money. Please and thank you.
You think Ocarina of Time's water temple was that bad?
I certainly think it was the hardest of them all, but like that bad? No.
The only issue is if you fall and have to go back up. It makes you redo the puzzles.
Yeah, that is true.
And there's like Twilight Princess, where it's just confusing because you can't see what's going on.
That's true. Because it's so dark and underwater and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Skyward Sword did an interesting where it was water, but also desert.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it.
I actually loved Skyward Sword.
I knew people hated it. And I was like, wow, they were re-releasing it for $60. Why would anyone buy it? I bought it day one. So it's just like, oh, try it. I thought it was fun. The last part dragged on. I forgot what part it was. It was after the Master Sword when it made you go back to the 3 main areas again. Just like, why? Do something cooler. It's also weird to think that after that game, it was Breath of the Wild. There's such a big time gap.
Yeah.
Except for by big, it was the regular time gap of 5 to 6 years.
True.
Skyward Sword was
Wait, I ended up back at the station.
Skyward Sword HD, not bad. Could have been better for being the HD.
Yeah.
Especially the combat, that was a nightmare.
In HD?
Because it was motion controls for the Wii. And so they made it so you can move around and the camera is with the right stick. But to use the sword, you hold down L1, and then you can move the sword.
Oh, that's terrible.
And there are times when the controller would just not register it, and it would just stop working. And then to do like spin slashes, like you want to spin to the right, you have to go right, left, right, super fast. And then some of the bokoblins could read your moves, like those electric dudes. There were times when I'd have like 20 swings in a row where they would block it. Like they're holding it off to the right, so it'd swing to the right. But as soon as I input it, they would go to the left. It would kill me through like 15 hearts. Bokoblin. Just wait for the day when Breath of the Wild Remastered comes out. Make you feel old in one foul swoop.
Where did I get a zipline thing from?
Your pocket? Actually, did you take the one from earlier?
Maybe. Did I get one earlier? Oh, there's another one.
You ziplined at Demonstration's castle on the roof. It broke off. I didn't know he kept it.
Yeah, I guess so. Sorry, bud.
Okay, big guy.
The pill archer would be like, oh, there's a pillar, it won't hit him. This guy, he's going for it.
Give me your knife, boy. Last one's for you.
Also, just be glad that those big armored Lycans. Just be glad that Capcom didn't pull a Resident Evil 7, and as soon as they introduced the first one, just made him pop up every 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's a fact.
It's the third one in like a couple
The
of
entire
hours.
game.
And it just spices it up.
That's true. Alright, you want to play it? I'll keep eating.
Sure.
I believe in you.
Got it. That should be a cutscene.
I was actually really expecting it to be a cutscene, not gonna lie. Still expect it to be.
Yeah. I'm just gonna turn it to 1080p real quick.
Okay.
Oh, do you want to just change scenes real quick? Okay.
There we go.
Do you click on me?
Oh yeah. Fine.
Oh, Phoenix. Yeah, it looks
Oh boy.
What?
Boss fight.
Yeah. The TV does slight upscaling. It tries to upscale 1080 to 4K, which is weird. So it won't look that much worse. It looks the same.
Mm-hmm. Boss fight time. They give you 2 magnum ammo.
I think I know what boss fight is. I don't even know if there's a... I had to do it. I had to do it to them. It doesn't get metal scrappy for it if it's not a boss fight.
Yeah. It's a boss fight.
Do you want me to do the boss fight?
You can wait for me if you'd like.
Okay.
I'm sure there's a cutscene before it. They don't just throw you in.
I can pause it. Or I could do it. I can show off my gamer skills. Yeah, it's a boss fight.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I'm not even moving, this is a cutscene. I don't think I'm supposed to be watching that.
Maybe you are supposed to be watching that.
Maybe. I definitely don't go in there. Hey, but... Let's fight.
Yep.
Okay, watch this. Pro gamer moves. Oh, stop.
Amazing.
But I picked it up. You saw me pick it up and put it in here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, look, it's done. It's done. B. Close inventory. It's done.
It's done.
Apparently. Oh, are you only allowed to have 3 at a time?
Oh, maybe. Hard boss fight.
The king's orders finally arrived. Withdraw. It is most vexing. Oh, this is old. The border stronghold to those heretics. If I had but a little more time, I know I might be able to turn the tides of this back. Is this Lord of the Rings? Nay, I should not put up on airs. It's my curiosity that ties me to this book. There are a number of veins in the vicinity. Oh, ruins. I think that is veins, which the locals say are very ancient. You know, as ancient as your mom. Oh, the ceremony site with 4 giant statues, so it is old. The caves with murals carved on the walls. I don't know what that is. The stone plinth they call the Giant's Challenge. I don't know what that is. Where did the people who built them come from? So is
Where did they go? Where did they come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
So the village is after the Viking people, but then the statues came from before then. Who built? Where did they go? Where did they come from? Where did they go? It irks me
Where
that
did they
we
come
must
from?
abandon this place without knowing.
There's a safe spot. Boss fight coming.
What would you do if I just ran?
I mean, it wasn't too far before that we saved, so.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a boss fight.
What?
Yeah, no, this isn't it. Here you go.
I'm eating my cookie.
Fine. How do you think that's? Gamer. This is where you kill Heisenberg.
Hmm?
This was the factory.
Hey, you. I'm gonna assume you just jumped down. I don't have enough spot for my handgun ammo. That's really nice.
Probably just come back for it in a second. Rearrange your inventory like I did 50 times. Because the game said no.
Here we go. You know what I am gonna do though? Got 2 ammo just for you, buddy.
I wonder if maybe he was supposed to be the third lord instead of the fish, but he was too similar to Heisenberg.
Maybe.
Because he's also supposed to... It seems like he's supposed to be the king of the Lycans, but that's kind of Heisen stuff. It's a weird thing.
Just you while I'm loading the entire clip in my face. Oh, got it.
Killed him? Oh yeah, you're on the captain mode.
Am I just gonna pick up? Yep. Just gonna pick up this giant hammer. A man of many words you are.
So
Ethan Winters.
maybe playing on a harder difficulty changes how they work. But do you see those giant stone pillars?
Mm-hmm. He smashes them.
No, he drops his hammer and picks it up and starts swinging them at you.
Oh, that's nice.
It's really cool.
That was a good boss fight. 2 magnum shells and an entire clip of handgun. And
Because he stood there.
Oh.
Yeah, just a bunch of crystals.
I just break them and take them for myself. Is that a thing I can do, please?
Some of them
Aha.
on the ceiling.
Large crystal.
There's crystals on the ceiling that you missed. They sparkle. Oh, there's one down here. Oh, it's on the other side of it.
Yep, it is.
Imagine using your magnum ammo for this.
I mean, could do.
Do it.
No.
There's so many crystals. I like how you're only taking these small ones instead of like taking a giant chunk down.
Yeah, seriously, what's up with that? Ethan Winter's game logic is like, but he couldn't carry it all. Except that he just picked up a giant hammer, he's just gonna take that just fine.
Oh, it's mold.
All these ones.
Do you see the mold?
Oh yeah. Crystallized mold, okay.
Could this be where the mold came from originally, instead of it coming from the bakers?
Maybe.
Because it is Umbrella. They used them as like a test to see what would happen if they put Evelyn there and let her infect everyone. But then
Those last 2 sparkles you see?
There's one down there.
Let's see.
You can check the map too.
Okay. Ooh, oh. There's more this way, huh? I saw something in there.
So I think there's a new game plus where you can just come in with like extra guns that aren't in the base game. Like I think they make it so you can replace the regular pistol with the Magnum and it just gives you hundreds of bullets.
Gosh.
That'd be fun though.
Right. Got everything there, got everything there.
Was the Magnum in a secret area that you went back to, or was that story?
I think it was story.
Oh.
I definitely got the Magnum after I got my first ammo for it, though. Any more sparkles?
It looks like them all.
Alright, sweet. Well then. Let's go see our dear friend Heisenberg. Oh, treasure under the stronghold. That's where we're going now.
That is way down there. Also, yeah, that means that
time to visit our
Willow's
cool
down there.
friend Heisey.
I thought you just got shot in the back of the head for a second. Did you see
We love
that?
flashbacks from our around it.
You're the real deal, Ethan. Well done.
I was about to say, that's what a smooth analog stick sled.
Get out of this.
Cool your jets. Just a little bit more, and you're all wrapped up. I'll lend you a hand. So in exchange,
In exchange, what?
first of all, come to me. Put all the flasks in the altar, and I'm sure you'll figure the rest out. See you, Ethan.
God damn it.
It kind of just sounds like Heisenberg's trying to get on your side to defeat Miranda.
Yeah. Also, that looks like a face. That wrap in the whatever.
Yeah. Looks like the sorting hat.
Yeah.
The sorting hat still freaks me out.
As it should. Alright. Give me the treasure.
Wasn't the sorting hat in... Yeah, it's a plate.
Goofy Elbows plate.
Wasn't the sorting hat like the one that most people know now, like the remodel? Like the original Harry Potter was like really weird.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta remember what it looked like. Oh, wasn't it like fleshy?
Yeah, it was. Alright. Well, then here we go. It's the electric lights. I'm glad I'm able to just bring my boat in so well. My boating skills are unmatched. No one has ever boated as well as I have boated. Where does this take us?
Oh, you're right back at the entrance.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Oh, it's that one grave thing that opens. The locked door.
Huh. Right, that's probably what that is.
It's weird to think that this whole game was just one giant map with no loading screens in between.
Mm-hmm.
7 had so many. And then that boat. It's just a whole new map. Most frustrating map ever.
Agreed.
So frustrating I barely even remember it. I've seen it 3 times.
No, I hate that map.
This makes me nostalgic for the castle.
Yeah, same. Chem fluid, photo of a phantom fish.
Phantom fish. Is it just like a weird hovering fish somewhere?
Maybe.
That's kind of funny.
Expecting some monsters to come out here somewhere. Cauda implantation notes, subjects 174 through 181. Subject 174. Mihayam, 21 male silversmith, scars from pneumonia, low affinity, Cauda failed to grow, body transformation, drug cognition, another Lycans sent to pasture. Bernadette B, 21, female, no occupation, no history of illness, death. Alcina D, 44, noble descendant, not from village, hereditary blood disease. Very high affinity, no loss of cognition, arbitrarily able to control body transformation, applied cognition, control procedure, sent for observation.
Wait a minute, that's Dimitrescu.
Uh-huh. Who are these two?
Would that be... Well, one of them just died. That wouldn't be the... doll maker. Because isn't she technically dead?
Yeah.
Or then would Heisenberg be the Lycan?
Maybe.
Or maybe it's the big boss Lycan and Heisenberg.
Yeah.
Something with them.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Or my flashbangs, I'm just gonna get rid of those.
Oh, is it on the middle? Oh.
What?
Might be just load. Dogs, jeez.
Definitely take the shotgun ammo, look at that. Took that as well. Alright. Which means that Umbrella was here a long time before Mother Miranda or any of them. Hello, friends.
I'm sure it's just how long.
Yeah.
So they started in the US with Raccoon City. Which we don't know how that when the place got moved.
If that's where they actually started.
For the story. Like, that's just what we've been told.
We've been told.
Maybe like the first place where it got out of control. Got out. Because there's a lot of different people in that city that weren't Umbrella that got access to the virus and went ham with it.
Yeah.
Like the big old fish dudes.
Yeah, fact. Fact.
So Raccoon's like, yeah, don't give this out to the people.
What did they do? Give it out to the people like a boss.
And then they gave it to a Cole. Bean.
Bean. Alright, we out.
Where the heck do you go? Oh, wait.
Church to save. Probably encounter what's his face? Oh no. Take the flasks to the altar. And that's probably where we'll find Chris.